Want to see the city? You got it. Okay. And a good evening to you, rugby fans. Welcome to Space City. We are in Houston, Texas for the Division II semifinals of the National Collegiate Rugby Championship. It is going to be the Principia College Thunder Chickens in purple and the Loyola University of Chicago Ramblers taking it on. I am John Kroger. I am joined by Pat Clifton, the all-knowing, for this exciting matchup. Pat, great game we have coming up. Principia, their road. They were 9-0 in the season. Round of 16 versus Northern Iowa. They beat them Mira Costa 66-31. They're the Thunder Chickens from Missouri. Principia College, fantastic team coached by Philip Kellerman and Ward Patterson. Let's talk about some of these teams. Mr. Clifton, next level players for the Thunder Chickens.
Game time. Game time.
Fantastic, dynamite player. You see him in the middle doing the calling. He is at lightning feet. And Demir Kanchi, the Argentinian 10, absolutely marshals them all over the field very effectively. These Thunder Chickens are lights out.
Now, what are the keys to the game for the Thunder Chickens? So we're going to talk about Loyola now and their road to Houston. 7-2. It was their record, 49-15 in versus Auburn in the round of 16, round of 8, 28-21 over Marquette. The Ramblers go Blurs, as they say, from Chicago, Illinois. Pat Clifton, let's talk about some next-level players for Loyola.
Absolutely. The Ramblers, a very good team. They recruit and get players from all over the country, some of the best high school teams in the country, including St. Louis University High School, where Declan Heffernan, the outstanding outside center, a freshman, comes from. Filippo Chiaramondia, one of two Chiaramondia brothers. He'll be lining up at inside center. He's a fantastic player. And, of course, the scrum half, Ben Payne, another one of those St. Louis University High School grads.
Look for Ben Payne to keep this team moving. It's going to be an exciting matchup. Your referees are Alex Hedquist is your head referee, center referee, AR number 1, Rachel Hill, number 2, Elliot Rouse, Doug Corrigan, your number 4 today. And this matchup is almost set and ready to go. Running from right to left on your screen is going to be Principia running against the Loyola Chicago Ramblers. And referee gets us underway here. Referee Hedquist. Nice high kick. Player underneath it right away. That's dangerous. We're going to see what happens here, Pat. Not a good start.
Boy, literally, this is talk about key to the game for Principia. Don't get a yellow card in the first minute. Unfortunate for Emmanuel Atiko out of Kings Williamstown, South Africa. He's going to take a real quick break just seconds into the game. Got underneath the guy in the air trying to play the ball, and you can't do that. You got to let them come down safely to their feet.
Boys, keep it 10.
Immediately, players sent up the field here. Tough start for the Thunder Chickens. We'll bring up a good early kick here for the Chicago Ramblers. That's Galinier. Puts it down field, does the 10 from the Chicago-based team here. Big night in Chicago, cheering on this Loyola Chicago side. First line out of the game here. Referee is going to want to make sure it's clear.
Nice and wide, okay? Same team when we get here. Let's make sure that
Trying to
gap's
just
nice and wide.
make sure everybody understands where referee Hedquist is coming from. Ball up into the hands of Shanahan. Moved out quickly. Little wrap back in, but right on the spot is the 14-man Thunder Chicken defense. Players coming back around for Principia. And another penalty against Principia. Opportunity here just outside of their 40-meter line for the Ramblers to possibly put some points on the board. As you see a player pleading their case there, Naringo. The referee right on the spot for that, and we're going to go for post, Pat. Good early opportunity here for Loyola.
Test match rugby, championship rugby. Martin Galinier has played plenty of it. Growing up in France, played high school ball for Stade Marseillais Université. Very seasoned player, and this is a seasoned move here.
Thank you.
Take your points on offer very early on. Put them under pressure early. See how they respond, especially when they're down a man. You're going to get this ball through, get it back up in the air, and get running again.
Glenier, the junior from Marseille. Lines this one up. He seems to have the distance, but he doesn't have the accuracy. And here come the Thunder Chickens looking dangerous in their own 5-meter. This is a player who can go all the way if he needs to. He shows again. He's across his 40. They're across halfway. What guts by this team as Chiwara brings it in. Quick run they go. Ball gets moved out there from Unduduga. Up to one of the big boys. That's Viparza. Quick pick and go. We see what the Thunder Chickens are capable of in no short order here.
Use it.
Stepping into the spot is Peterson as a distributor. Moves it out to their 10. Consi. Now the fullback taking it out wide. A couple of good steps there come in from Matoka.
Work. Use it.
Slow ball now. Good work by Loyola Chicago just to hold them up a little bit. Put it out to the back. Do they have the runners there? They have some width. They have some open players. Ball gets moved out, but just tipped ahead by a Loyola Chicago player. Might have been an intentional knock. We'll see what the referee comes back with, and it did roll into touch. Referee Hedquist is going to give the option here to the Loyola Chicago Ramblers as the ball was knocked into touch. So they get a choice whether they want a line out or a scrum.
Well, opting for the scrum here. The biggest man on the field there, the loose head prop, Will Fair for Loyola, a guy I got the pleasure to coach in the Kansas City Rugby Football Club. Great young man. We call him Post Malone. Get a zoom in a little bit later, you'll find out why.
Now playing for the Ramblers in the Windy City. First scrum of the day here. Alexander Van Ness to put that in. Early short arm against the Thunder Chickens.
Number 3. 9, it's here.
Referee just tells Van Ness to take it from this side of the field.
Let's use it.
And knowing it's a short arm penalty, it looks like the Ramblers are going to go quick. And they do. A ball up into the hands of Sinfio. Now they move it off there to Galinier. Galinier, big tackle comes in from Naringo, the number 6, featuring already for the Thunder Chickens, but penalty against players coming off their feet. Just a little over-exuberant is this Thunder Chickens team at the moment, Pat.
That's right. A little bit of big game jitters going on early on. Over-aggressive in the breakdown. They just need to clean it up a little bit. Play to the whistle. Make some adjustments to the referee, and they'll be just fine.
That was a phenomenal kick to put it downfield there for Loyola. Good attacking position for them. See what their line-out looks like here, possibly a line-out maul. You see the huddle that comes into rugby nowadays before they go and set up. Just about
Principia team
10 meters out from the Principia line.
The Thunder Chickens are incredibly lethal. We saw them get loose just after the yellow card a little bit earlier from their own end. That big boot of Galinier is going to play very well and pinning them back and making them go 80, 90 meters each time.
Dominic Sinfio, the senior from Austin, Texas, to put this one in. Goes up, comes down. They are going to go for the driving maul. Thunder Chickens not engaging there, so the referee is going to whistle against Loyola Chicago. Smart play. Clearly good analysis work done by the Principia staff.
Nigel, your radio's hot.
Not too much
Principia can
distance,
attack
so
from
we'll have a
anywhere.
line out.
Right here.
Especially deep in their own end. Just not straight. It's an easy call for the referee. Or I'm sorry, the maul there, the penalty. A little bit of an obstruction. You can't let the guy who's driving at the front of that maul get too far in front of the ball without the defense being bound in, and you're going to get a penalty, and that's what happened there. Principia can attack from absolutely anywhere. Look for them to try and strike and score from deep in their own end.
There you go. You got to set that mark. In blue. In blue.
Principia with the line out. Referee calling him in. Not straight. Not even close to straight, that one. Tough one. So Loyola Chicago will take the scrum.
Had a free kick the last time these two teams packed down. The Ramblers were awarded a free kick.
Let's make sure we stay square, okay?
Let's see how this one levels out. Principia is a good scrummaging team. They've got a lot of very experienced Packies in there.
Coach!
Van Ness from St. Louis playing scrum half to put this one in. Won a state title with his high school. Ball comes cleanly at the back there. They're looking for Galinier. Galinier has his players run a couple directions, looking around, finds a short line through the middle. They're going to come back for time off, and I believe a penalty against the Thunder Chickens. Another player maybe headed to the sin bin right now. The naughty chair getting pretty busy. Let's listen.
Way too high. They need to be low. This one will be a penalty only. This is a team warning.
Thank you.
Way too many foul play. We got to keep them low, okay?
Understand. Thank you.
And what was the? Was there anything that I could do to not make that too high?
Low.
Just a little.
Principia,
Here.
really their worst enemy is themselves at this point, picking up penalty after penalty, allowing Loyola to freely move the ball down the field. It's a good call there and a warning. It's a good call, I think, for the referee not to put the Thunder Chickens down 2 men early on. Let's let the rugby be decided on the field.
Yeah, I didn't quite catch it. You'll see it here as he comes in. The player, that's just very, very high off Odanunga.
Yeah, a little lazy. You got to get lower than that. He never changed his level whatsoever. Went straight into contact. It's a good call.
Galinier from fairly close.
22.
Does not hit that one. He is
22.
0 for 2 on these. So we're going to go to a 22 drop
Blue, make sure you're
for the
behind.
Thunder Chickens, still down 1 player. 9 minutes into this Division II semifinal match.
Stay behind.
National Collegiate Rugby here at Aviva Stadium, home of the Houston SaberCats.
Keeping score at home. That's twice now. You've had your pencil sharpened, ready to add some points, and Loyola's left it off the board.
No hands.
No hands. Watch out.
Forward pod coming off the side. Looking for some runners. Finds a little tip pass on the outside. Able to keep it alive. Referee Hedquist right there. Aware that it's going to stay with this Ramblers team. Ramblers going off to the left-hand side now. Powering through Karras. Demetrius Karras takes that one to the ground. Another pick off the back. This time it's his back row partner, Tax Scanlon. Scanlon, junior from Lincoln Park, Illinois, goes in, and that one gets turned over by the Thunder Chickens, not releasing by the Loyola University Chicago Ramblers.
Finally, the whistle going the way of Principia. This team just needs to get a little bit of ball. They've hardly had any possession whatsoever this game. It's a big break for them if they can win this line out cleanly and get into some phases. Once they get into some rhythm, you're going to see the talent they have on this team, and it is really impressive. They just
Yellow
need the
card
ball.
back on.
They got to quit committing penalties in order to have it. Just a little over-exuberance there, it looks like, in the breakdown from Loyola, entering a little late from the side.
Up to here, please. Gentlemen, I need you in.
Sinbin is back on the field
Hold.
for the Thunder Chickens, who are at a full complement of players. Just over 10 minutes into the match. Player with Sinbin very quickly. We'll have to be careful over these next 70 minutes as the Thunder Chickens, good attacking position here just out the 40-meter line of the Ramblers. Put a long one back. Middle of the field they go. Ferreira. Now a little pick up and go. Barely held down. There's Odanuga.
Use it. That was out.
Tempting for the ball. Odanuga keeps coming up on it. Odanuga from South Africa. Nice little hands working through the backs here. Get it out to the wing. That's number 14, Peterson. So you know Peterson.
Use it.
Which will decide to go. That's Matoka, the fullback. Moves it out to a waiting runner. They're at the 5-meter line of the Ramblers. Thunder Chickens ball. Lots of players stepping in that distributor spot. Little step, trying to go back in there. That's a number 11, Kiso. Talked about him at the beginning of the game. Coming across, looking for an outside runner.
Don't pull through, Red.
Another step into the distributor spot, and this one may go through, and over the line they go. Crashing in is Kudzai Chiwara. First try for the Principia College Thunder Chickens in this Division II semifinal.
These guys can score from anywhere, any position. Lightning strike runners all over the place, including Chiwara, sophomore out of Harare, Zimbabwe. It's part of a huge, very talented sophomore class. You're going to see him just catch the ball in tight space, duck under the defender. Was wondering how that guy slipped through without getting any contact from him whatsoever, and find the try line.
Thunder Chickens, opportunity to add to their lead here. Bit of a tough angle. Looks like it's Consi to take this. No, it's a fullback, pardon me. That's Matoka. And he slots it cleanly. Does the man from Nairobi, Kenya, another first-year player.
Principia really loaded up the cupboard these last couple of years. They've gone through a couple of different eras with the program. One when the football program went away and they got a bunch of athletes. And then one when they started recruiting internationally, including this young man who dotted down from Harare.
As long as your boys are behind you.
And they've got their second big international recruiting class, and you're seeing the fruits right now.
Just ducked under that tackle like a good defensive boxer. Found his way to the try line, no problem. Thunder Chickens received the kickoff. 14 minutes gone, 7-0 Principia here at Aviva Stadium. The box kick comes in, playing a little bit of territory back on Loyola University Chicago. One of the Chiaramondia brothers takes it into contact. That's Tommaso. Big turnover coming here from the Thunder Chickens. Attempt for an offload. Looked like it was knocked forward, and it was. The referee spots it. We're going to have a scrum here 25 meters out for the Loyola Chicago Ramblers.
If I'm Loyola, I'm trying to get this ball downfield over the head of one of the back three for Principia.
Okay. No sideways.
Maybe even dribbling out of bounds. If we could get a little lucky, try to play this 50-22, play as much rugby in the attacking end as possible.
Coach! Bind! Set! Stay down!
Consi there, big squeeze coming on from Principia College. Big number 1 Fair popping out the top there. Ball was passed in behind the 22, so couldn't go directly out. To the hands of Matoka. Matoka puts the Jets on. Matoka looks strong. Matoka breaks another one. Matoka finds a try line. He is pleased as can be, dots it down, and it's 12 for Principia, 15 minutes into this contest.
Yeah, Matoka's another one of those absolutely lightning runners. That's the danger of kicking to the Thunder Chickens, is you've got to find touch and you've got to chase well. If you don't, you give them even an inch of space, they're going to gash you, and that's what the young man from Nairobi, Kenya did right here. 1 or 2 steps, and then he was just gone. Just had to turn on the gas, and there was no catching him.
Another one of their first-year players, 21 years old. Just a beautiful handoff and acceleration.
Someone's going forward that fast, it's hard to catch him going sideways a little bit slower.
Kick is good. We're at 14. Matoka converts his own kick. Viva Stadium, beautiful this evening.
Right here.
In the southern part of H-Town.
See where the hash mark is? That's you every day. Thanks, buddy.
Home of the Houston SaberCats, beautiful Aviva Stadium, becoming the home of championship college rugby. It's a gorgeous setting, and I got to think some of these Thunder Chickens and Ramblers are dreaming about playing here someday, but in an MLR strip, certainly a lot of talent here that could grow up into that.
Yeah, I'm sure the coaches are out here having an eye. Another big break coming from Principia. Principia just on the break. Nobody can bring these guys down. Celino Peterson eventually hauled down, but not held. Tries to put one over the top. Knocked back by one of the Loyola players. Loyola at their own 22, able to avoid another try from Principia. Another one of the big steppers. Bring power runners in. That's a big Will Fair.
Tackle was made. Release.
Player not releasing from the Thunder Chickens. Opportunity here to move the chains and push it downfield for Loyola.
As soon as the ball carrier's knees hit the deck, you got to let him go. That was really a rule that got kind of hammered home on the Sevens World Series a handful of years ago. Then you just saw the tackler support rip the ball away after the fact. That's why it's a penalty going back to Loyola instead of Principia's ball.
Another ball to be put in here. By Sinfio. Clean ball, a little slow. Defense rushing up there on Galunier. He can only get rid of that. They're going to boot that one forward. Keep it downfield. Last couple of times they've done this, it hasn't worked too well for them. We'll see if their defense can cover across. Here come the Thunder Chickens. That's Matoka. He went the distance before. Matoka again. Puts the pass out this time. Over the top. Good work. Little chip ahead is going to come back for the Thunder Chickens. It's going to come back for Loyola. Daring enterprise there from the Thunder Chickens. Doesn't quite work out this time. Loyola to get that ball to a boot. Have done, roll in a touch. The safety of touch. But an attacking lineout coming for the Principia Thunder Chickens.
It's a good clearance, though, from the Ramblers. Their backs against their own wall. Just buy out a little bit of breathing room. Get your defensive line set up. Put these guys under pressure at this set piece if you can.
Short, Rachel. Blue, all the way in. I'm not going to ask again.
Line out for Principia. Looking to shift that maul around. Ball squirts out the front. Referee has an arm out for advantage. He's going to whistle that up. Be a scrum coming for Loyola. Good defense at that maul.
Yeah, Fran Alessio just couldn't hold on to the ball. The Loyola defense got underneath him, popped it free.
We're inside.
Get out of jail free card there.
Rachel, short.
The Thunder Chickens look like they were ready to do some danger.
Coach! Bind! Set! Same thing.
Penalty against
Number 3.
the Thunder Chickens, coming in on an angle immediately. Good outcome for Loyola here, Pat.
Absolutely. Loyola, great story this season. Didn't even finish in the top 2 in the Great Midwest. Now they find themselves in the Final Four, knocking, trying to get to the championship game. I'm sure Sister Jean's back home cheering him on, watching us on YouTube and Facebook.
He's changing his angle and boring in.
Taking a break from the basketball season, of course.
It was you that time.
That's number one.
Okay. Certainly, of course.
Let's go, boys.
How many? Five. Let's go.
Line out for Loyola. A couple little movements there. Able to get that one. Ball not clean. Swarming defense from the Thunder Chickens. Pressure on Loyola here. They're going to go with the kick. Launched high into the Houston evening. Well taken, however, by Odanuga. Odanuga shows the pass. Hangs on himself. Eventually goes into contact. Gets the ball up in the hands of Maekiso. Maekiso just in front of the post. Stepping in is Matoka. A penalty against for multiple rolls against the Thunder Chickens there. And Loyola decides to go quick from their own end. And knock it on, not what you want there, certainly off of something like that when you could have gone for the safety of touch against a team as dangerous as we've seen as Principia, Pat. Probably not the right choice.
That's right. This team, the lowest output they've put on the field so far this year, 54 points. That's their lowest scoring game, the Principia Thunder Chickens. Multiple games over 100, lots of them in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. Problem is Loyola's used to doing that too. They're used to hanging up big points. And this team against Principia, you probably need to make the safe play, take the yardage, and let them make their own mistakes. Because Principia will make their own mistakes. We've seen it penalty after penalty. We've seen it with knock-on after knock-on, and maybe just a little bit too adventurous with the ball in hand. And if you're Loyola, you got to take advantage of every single one of those to turn them back and put some yardage between them and the try line.
Bind. Sit.
Ball here for Principia. Comes out the back. Juan Fran Alessio moves it out to this dangerous back line. Looking for Matoka. Ball slips in behind him. Referee spots it as a knock-on, so scrum here for Loyola. 22 minutes gone in this semifinal. 2 tries to the good for the Thunder Chickens.
Principia, this is a young team, very talented. Like I said, very heavily loaded in freshmen and sophomores. Only one senior on the whole team, a couple of juniors. So this is their first time playing championship footy in a Major League Rugby stadium. For the freshmen, the sophomores were, of course, in the playoffs last year. A number of them played in the All-Star Championships earlier this year in January at the same stadium.
Maybe many more trips to the championships to come for the first year in the sophomore players. An inside pass from Galinier. Gets into the hands of Tayton Williams. Stopped up by this Principia defense. Back again. Little miscue there from Loyola, so we're going to come back. It's going to be a scrum for Principia just outside the 22 of Loyola University.
Yeah, that was Tommaso Chiaramondia, the freshman Chiaramondia brother, trying to make something happen, make a play, run to the other side of the ruck, change the point of attack, and unfortunately it just didn't work for him that time, and it sets up Principia with a really great scoring platform.
Coach! Bind! Come on.
Referee Hedquist going to bring this up to make sure we're safe here. We've had a few scrum infractions, more typically on the Principia side, so be keeping an eye on these players. You see Fair, Kilment, and Sinfio packing down in the front row for the Ramblers.
Sit! Stable! No, 9.
Ball in, coming up the back here for Principia. Alessio just moves that one around. Little chip through, the foot race is on. The foot race is going to be won by that man there. It is Damilola. Oh, sorry, that was a winger. I thought it was a scrum half coming through. I saw him come around. That's Celino Peterson, pardon me. All credit to the sophomore from Hermanus, South Africa. Good 5 points on the board for him.
Celino is another one of these absolute live wires for Principia. Just too fast on this one here. Too hard to catch, especially in space. You get that ball kicked through. Loyola has to turn around and chase it. Then Celino catches it. There's no good at tackling him there. He is very quick. Got my eyes on him earlier this year. The Midnight Madness Indoor Sevens tournament, coached against him. Very good team. That's where I got my eye on a lot of these Thunder Chickens for the first time, and I knew they really had an uptick in their program coming, and we're seeing it right here in the national semifinal.
Matoka puts that one through for the Thunder Chickens, 21-0. Yeah, I thought it was taking his own kick there. It was Otanuga, but it was Peterson on the wing. Just tremendous players. Take another look, Pat.
Celino Peterson, a good kick through in the scrum half, and Peterson is just Johnny on the spot there, picking it up right away. Remember these diminutive guys? I mean, these are a lot of smaller players from Principia that are just live wires in attack. They've got great lower centers of gravity. They've got great steps. Really almost like they went after the same player several times over and said, how many of these copies can we get?
They remind me of that period of NFL running back history where it was that low center of gravity, the Barry Sanders style guy.
Oh, the
Very
Barry
hard
Sanders
to take
man,
down, just despite being a little short.
I can attest, having watched them up close and personal, that they are very difficult to bring down, these Thunder Chickens.
Good. Penalty there for the Thunder Chickens. Put that one out. They're inside their own 40 with a line out.
Got to pressure these set pieces for Loyola. For the Ramblers, the set pieces, field position, possession, those are areas we can win. Those are areas we know we can apply pressure onto the Thunder Chickens.
That one sails off to the side.
Not straight.
Scrum coming for Loyola. 27 minutes gone. Loyola needs to get some points on the board before half. A little victory here, Pat, would do them well.
Yeah, absolutely. Joseph Gnese, he's number 8. The back of the scrum for the Ramblers. He's a good heavy carrier. Another one of those slew guys.
Bind. Sit.
Ball comes in from Van Ness. Drive coming from the Thunder Chickens.
Stay.
Ness, as you said, ball at his feet. Galinier moves it wide. Little dummy run, looking to get it to the wing. Player doesn't take it at full tilt, but he has some room to run. Swarmed by Thunder Chickens defenders. Good defense coming over, but penalty coming.
Off feet.
Player coming off his feet there for the Thunder Chickens. They're going to slow it down as Filippo Chiaramondia, pardon me, gets his team to think better about it, and they put a kick inside the 22. Opportunity for a line out in a great attacking position for the Ramblers.
I need someone here, please.
If I'm Loyola, I'm really thinking long and hard about putting together a driving maul here. It's one of the toughest plays in the game to defend.
Step off until line out is over.
Principia is doing a good job of defending here around the park. Let's put pressure on them somewhere they haven't been tested yet. Let's get behind all 6'3", 240 pounds of Will Fair, and all 5'11", 300 pounds of Ike Drozd, and go for it.
Good work by the Ramblers to get going forward there right off the line out. They almost faked the maul and had a player drive through. They're going to go for the challenging task. Driving towards the line in small numbers. A power game coming. Kick and goes off the side. Looking to the right. Go off that time. Sinfio. Coming off to the left, looking for some room, nearly over the line, was Demetrius Karras. Referee Hedquist on the spot.
Stay out.
Another pick, driven back. Good awareness defensively, stacking here from Principia. That ball just slips, but it's still alive. Galinier tries to get a little offload there. That one is pushed forward. Original knock on by Loyola. Going to be a scrum here inside their own, at their own 5-meter line practically for the Principia Thunder Chickens.
As I mentioned, Loyola used to the scores coming a little bit easier than they have here tonight against Principia. Maybe a little impatient pulling that ball out and making the pass by Van Ness. And Principia was ready to pounce.
Go clean.
Put 2 shoulders on a tackle, force a mistake.
Yeah. Can I get a trainer on, please? Time is off. Yeah, that's fine. Time is off.
Player coming off for Principia, Jacob Warwick. See if we can get an understanding of this situation when we can. Looks like it just needs a little patch up.
Yeah, I have to wait till the blood sub's on anyway.
Just a little blood there. We can get a blood sub on.
It's up to you if you need a trainer.
It's okay, just want it cold. That'll be fine.
Good opportunity to catch your breath here. Take a couple minutes. If you're Loyola, you're looking up and you're like, man, we're only down 3 scores. We made a couple of kicks and punch one in while we're down here. It would really only be 2 scores. Let's take advantage of these last 10 minutes before the half. Keep the Thunder Chickens down in this end. See if we can't turn pressure into points.
Oh, sorry. Time is back on.
Okay. Both footballs we're not very good at.
Player back in. We are good to go. Thunder Chickens scrum on their own 5-meter line. We know, Pat, that they can go that 95. We'll see what they choose to do from here.
Set.
The 2 players set up on the short side in that back line.
Nuga moves it out to Matoka. Matoka's out there. He had Peterson outside of him. He spins around one. He's looking for the offload. Nobody can seem to take this man down. Ball turned over, however, Loyola. Beneficiary of 1 attempt too many, but again, it comes back Thunder Chickens' way, so runners out wide here. We'll see where they decide to go. They're going to step and go up the midfield. That's one of the big units, Tando Sibanda. And speaking of big units, Sibewu Fitarza.
That ball was out, and you put it back in. That ball was out, and then you put it back in.
Knock on. And Sue's ball goes back in, so it's going to be a scrum here for Loyola. Under 10 minutes to go in this first half. National Collegiate Rugby Division II semifinal.
I know.
Principia, located in Elsa, Illinois, just outside of St. Louis. We'll knock on there from Principia. We had a prior knock on first. Only 480 students in the entire student body at Principia. So, you know, half the lunchrooms here in Houston playing rugby.
That is an interesting statistic right there. Ball for Loyola. Loyola gets it to Kiramandia. Ball back. Now Van Ness moves it out. Getting some of their runners in there. That's Cynthia, another high tackle. And I believe a player is going to be exiting the park.
Give me the player. I think it was him. I don't know. Who was it? It was the head. I know it was straight head. Okay. Look, blue 2, we've got him here. So here's the thing is, we've talked about this before. The man was going down, your height did not change. It's a mitigating factor, it's gonna be a yellow card only, okay? Because he was dropping height, it's yellow only, okay? We've got to get him low, okay?
Another player off the field for the Thunder Chickens. The only little problem in their game right now is these high tackles, Pat.
That's right, Beru, Feparza stepping up. Had a chance to maybe not take responsibility for that high tackle and raise his hand when the referee said who did it. That's a good teammate right there, not letting somebody else take your 10 minutes. It's a little too high. A little break for Feparza.
Certainly honest. One of their big men off the field, Parza from Pretoria, South Africa, went to St. Albans High School. Now Loyola, an opportunity for the line out here, just 5 meters out from the Thunder Chickens line. 8 minutes to go in this first half. They could use some points right here as they go to the tail of the line out. Well done. They're going to go to the backs instead of trying to keep it tight, but Galinier has to take it back in. Ball squirts away. Go back and see who the knock-on was from. It's from the Thunder Chickens, so scrum for Loyola. Remember, Feparza is off the field. He's the hooker for this Principia team. So somebody's either going to have to step into that spot.
Over here just a bit, please. There's a hole. Yeah, there's a hole. Mark's here.
Good pressure for Principia on the back of that line out. Just going for the ball. The number 8, Juan Fran Alessio, very hungry for that ball. Wanting to turn him over. Knocked it off.
Ball in from Van Ness. Nice and strong. Ness at the back. They're going to go to the backs again. Galinier looking for his runners. Armandia has to step back in. Got it set just a little wider. Off to the left-hand side they go. Is the room going to open up? It is not. Good defense from Principia. Now they're going to send some big boys in. Try to unlock the door through this route. Ball coming up to Shanahan. Shanahan met by a couple of tacklers from Principia. Once again, this is Tommaso Chiaramondia. Back and forth they go, looking to see who can find some room. Good power, strong defensive line. There's a little hole opening up. Tag Scanlon can't quite find his way through. Ball comes across, it'll chip through. We're going to come back here for a penalty against Principia.
It's a great little point pass there.
Quickly they go, looking for the line, diving for the line. Did he make it? Referee Hedquist is going to call time off and consult with his assistant referees. We'll see what the final decision will be as the Loyola players plead their case. We'll listen in to the referee's conversation.
For me, I see a try. Do you have anything to take that away? No knock on try? Okay, thank you.
And it is try awarded. Good work by Galinier, a 20-year-old from Marseille. Played at Stade Marseille in high school. Great individual try there, Pat. Good effort.
Absolutely. Smart play by Loyola. A couple of breaks from them.
Just a post.
Will Fair took a nice tip pass, soaked in the Principia defense, and just before contact, made a little pop. That was their first line break. And then the penalty off to that next tackle. Go quick. Something that Principia hasn't looked at yet. Very smart play there by Galinier, and it just put them on their back heels. The Thunder Chickens weren't ready for it. Way to mix it up there from the Ramblers and take advantage of a great opportunity left for you by Principia. So now you're all of a sudden down just a couple of scores, and you've been under the pump this entire half. That's some momentum you can build on if you're the Ramblers.
And the kick was good. They're up to 7 for Galinier. Scores and gets it. South Arfano, Bob Kouras, Pat Nolan, Ryan Gleason, and Brady Garber will be pleased with that effort. Taking a look here, Pat.
Galinier, smart play, just picks it up, taps, and then immediately looks to a teammate to fake the Thunder Chickens into thinking he had no intention to run, and he rams it home to himself.
No hands!
And Ness moves
Outside.
it to Galinier. He's going to launch this one downfield. They're starting to play down the Thunder Chickens' end. 5 minutes to go in this first half.
Hold, keep
Matoka
retreating. Keep
launches
retreating.
a long one. Knock on creeps in there for Tommaso Chiaramondia. Italian-born.
Fortunate for the younger Chiaramondia brother. That's
within 10
a couple of unforced errors. He's a young player, just a freshman, 18 years old, playing under the bright lights in a national semifinal. You can tell he wants to hold himself to a higher standard. It's a mark of a good player, but don't beat yourself up, young man. Just move on, next job.
He had big Will Fair standing next to him, as you know, Pat. He could have gotten him ahead of steam, sent him running into a crowd of Thunder Chickens.
Sit.
Will Fair can scoot for a big man, I'll tell you that much. He gets those 6'3", 240 pounds moving pretty quickly.
I don't know who it is. Let's settle it down. It's coming from this side, okay? Work it out.
Seconds.
Time's off, guys. Come up.
Another player getting attended to here for Loyola.
I don't know yet.
Principia's first-year head coach, Philip Kellerman. Principia actually at one point in time, very recently, had 3 head coaches from their program on the same staff, and Philip Kellerman is now the man taking over. Ward Patterson and Nick Johnson all involved in the same sideline. A lot of IP and experience from those coaches, and Kellerman's got his Chargers playing really well down here in Houston. If I'm him at halftime, taking into the shed, just talking about discipline, cleaning it up.
Just that you got.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
Yeah, you got to take down those tackles a little bit and get the open spaces
It
again.
happens to us that need corrective lenses. I understand.
Two yellow cards. Suffered 2 yellow cards. You're up by 2 scores. You're happy if you're Principian. I think you're also pretty happy if you're Loyola at this point. Playing as much defense in your own end as they have, and to be within 2 scores of a wildly talented Thunder Chickens team. I'm happy if on both sides right now. Something to build on either way.
Bind! Sit!
Lola. Noga to put this one
Stay
in.
back 9.
Good pressure from Loyola, but they're able to get the ball out. By 1 to the boot again. They spotted some space in behind. Ball rolling towards touch. Players diving for it. Down on it is Tayton Williams. Loyola nearly had that one away, but player not releasing a good defense there by the Thunder Chickens. Players would not have been 10, but
Marcus here.
referee Hedquist is going to bring them back.
Scrum?
Start from a particular spot that he would like.
Scrum option.
Looked like they were queuing up to just
Stadium
tap and
clock
run it,
is
but
stopped. There
Scrum's
needs
a
to be
smarter
39
play.
minutes on.
Backs up the defense. They got to be 5 meters behind the last foot in the scrum,
Right here.
or on the goal line, whichever's closer. Gives your offense some room to work,
39 minutes
make
on the
some
clock,
moves, run some different lines. So scrum's usually the better option than just tapping and going here.
Coach!
Hold him up.
Their hooker is out on a yellow card, remember, so we're going to have to bring in another player there.
Hold!
On the 4. Adenuga
Stay.
gets that ball out. Finds Consi.
No.
Continue to move. Back to Consi. He's going to just skip by him there. Long pass coming. Is the try coming? The try certainly is. And that's Celino Peterson. As long as it stands, he'll have 2, Pat.
Come to me. That ball
He's
is
tough to
flat
I mean, I think that's why I call them Thunder
Okay.
Chickens. Thunder is literally impossible to catch, and chickens, they don't look like they're very easy to catch either. And neither is Celino Peterson. Just a loose ball off the base of that ruck, but a nice cutout pass. When you can have a wing just casually float a pass like that to another wing, you've got a very skilled rugby team, and that's what the Principian Thunder Chickens are.
Right in the middle.
Well, the man from Hermanus scores again.
Didn't mean to single you out there, man.
26, kick to come.
Saw the Chiaramondia brothers just talking there in the end zone, like, what are we going to do about all these guys? They can score from anywhere. Everyone's fast.
Yeah, at the half.
Looks wide.
That kick is no good.
Halftime.
And that is the end of this half. We can throw it down to Tyler for a coach interview. Tyler, what's happening on the sideline?
I'm here with the head coach of Loyola. You were able to put a little bit of points on the board there before the half. What is going to look different for the second half here?
Make a few changes. I think the guys will respond well.
Thanks, sir.
A little bit on defense and the ball market.
You definitely have a passionate bench and a passionate side out here. What is going to be essential on your defense? Obviously, you want to be a little bit out of your territory. You guys are playing a little bit too much rugby on your end of the field. What are you going to tell your guys here at the half?
Yeah, I think we're playing good on defense. We just got to make our tackles and just adjust to their fast wingers on the outside. I think they've been us on the outside a couple times, so just coming up a little bit, making some quick changes and adjustment. Thank you.
Looking forward to it, Coach. Have a good second half.
Thank you.
Thank you. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Tyler. That is the end of the first half. We're going to step aside with this package. We'll be back with the second half action. Will the Thunder Chickens hold out? Stay with us. You'll find out.
Just have a check on they always dive into the rock.
In the rush, yeah, I'll keep my eye on. Thank you. So, just like we predicted, Principia is really after that quick ball and trying to turn over on defense, right?
Yes.
Making sure that they're being legal, especially under pressure there. I thought everything down there was fine, completely fine. Just like he said, let's make sure that they're being legal at contest, both offense and defense. Thank you for the offside help.
Yep.
I can see them creeping up.
Yep. That 7 just came in last minute, so.
Same thing with foul play. I think, you know, we're spot on. We just need to make sure that it stays that way.
Yes.
So both teams want to play hard and hit hard.
And a good morning to you, rugby fans. Welcome to beautiful New Orleans, Louisiana.
Scrums are good. It's the same side. They're continuing to push that direction. So. Keep an eye on that. Line out my biggest concern is Blue stepping out before, so I'm one quiet.
Handles that one. Finally moving out. It looks like they are in the try zone again, extending their lead.
More of the same. Both teams know what they're doing. Want to play their game plan. Keep your eyes open, especially behind my back. Just to make sure it doesn't elevate into anything substantial.
In our game, we play with our hearts. We don't play with sticks, bats, or gloves. We don't wear shoulder pads or helmets. We keep playing when it hurts.
That's why I like
and we leave everything on the field. What we wear must be built for our game.
And they seem to be kicking on that right side, so it'll be down this side next time.
Yep.
So you just got to make sure
I'm on it.
Just make sure you're up with it, because they're going to continue to do it.
They are. I did a leap over a player. It's like,
since 1979,
it looked
we've been searching for perfection. We've been thinking, sketching, and designing. We've been building, assembling, and strengthening.
Hey, Elliot. When you're marking that offside line, if that ball is coming back like on that other...
We've been cutting, shaping, and painting. Created strength and beauty time and again. Our machines are made for one thing: the perfect hit. We are the crouch, we are the bind, we are the set, we are the squeeze, we are the hit. We are Rhino, home of the scrum.
In our game, we play with our hearts. We don't play with sticks, bats, or gloves. We don't wear shoulder pads or helmets. We keep playing when it hurts. And we leave everything on the field. What we wear must be built for our game.
And a good morning to you, rugby fans.
It's halftime. It's halftime at Aviva Stadium here in Houston, Texas, under a beautiful moon. What a first half. Pat Clifton, Thunder Chickens looking strong.
Little bit of penalty trouble early on, but they were able to get that Ferrari out of the garage, finally rev it up and drive it across the goal line 3 times. And the Loyola Ramblers sticking in it, getting a try towards the end of the half.
All right, we're going to go down to Tyler Deutsch, who's with head coach Philip Kellerman.
What are you telling your boys into the second half to maintain this momentum?
We've got a little bit of wind behind us, so we'll use the kicking game second half and try to keep the discipline, keep all 15 on the field. You know, that's going to help a lot.
As far as endurance and everything, how are your guys feeling? Obviously, the temperature's cooled down a little bit, but it's still a little bit humid. How does this compare to normal playing conditions for you?
Well, when we started the season, it was really hot. We were at, and now it's cooled down a lot. We're fit, so we're lost, no doubt about that.
Awesome, Coach. Thanks for taking the time, and good luck in the second half. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Tyler. We're underway, running from right to left. The Loyola University of Chicago Ramblers are trailing the Principia Thunder. Kick goes to
Let's use it.
Thunder Chickens.
Let's use it.
Start this second half. Winner plays Indiana University of Pennsylvania. I am Don Broker with Pat Clifton for second half action here. Ball rolls into the tri-zone. Opportunity
22.
for the Ramblers just to cut this one down.
Excuse me.
Pat, you were the coaches here for Loyola. What are you talking about at halftime?
I'm saying what's worked well for us. And frankly, when the ball's not in play, when they're committing penalties and we're playing our set pieces, that's worked well for us. So let's play possession. Let's play field position. And when we get our opportunities, let's take them. And let's not give them anything undue. Principia is going to make their mistakes, and we just have to punish them.
Referee Alex Hedquist taking control of this one. Matoka, he's had a great first half as a young man. Nice split up the line. What a run. Here come the Thunder Chickens trying to start off this half in exceptional form as they've shown it many times in the first. That was to Kujwa Naringo, but now they're going to move it out to Matoka. Matoka Andrew is going to move that to his outside center. Looking at the line, trying to get there was Chiwata. Onondaga gets that ball out, it rolls in a touch. The referee in the spot. Line out of the 5-meter line for Loyola. A little get out of jail for him there, Pat.
Yeah, Loyola, this is exactly what we're talking about. Principia is going to open the door a little bit. You got to kick it open, your Loyola here, and get some clearance.
Loyola, let's go, please.
How many? 5.
Referee Hedquist telling Loyola to get going. See what they decide to do here inside their own zone. Defense for the Thunder Chickens up. Ball comes down. Referee says that's fine, but they're inside their own zone. They're going to want to do something, and they've ended up touching it down. I believe it's going to come back to a 5-meter scrum here, Pat. Just a bit of a mistake from the Ramblers to start up the second half.
Yeah, I think Principia is back to full strength now. Bear Roof Aparza coming back on. So the scrum's going to be full strength, 5 meters out.
When that ball leaves the line out. He was not offside.
Be a great feat here for Loyola to hold out the Principia Thunder Chickens. We haven't seen them play with their full assault of players much tonight. Spending about half of that first half, a quarter of the game so far. Down at least one man.
Coach!
Just got to catch that ball and tuck it up here for the Ramblers. Can't make a pass in your own end zone.
Yeah, a bit of a mistake there, just getting the ball in their own tri-zone. Ball's going to come to the Thunder Chickens, but referee Hedquist going to bring this up.
Same mark.
Let's go.
Let's make sure that we keep the vines up, both sides.
Referee just talking to the front rows about their binds. Wants to make sure we keep good safety here, as every good referee does.
Coach!
Attacking position here for the Thunder Chickens.
Set! Hold! Stay.
Ganuga gets ball in hand, gets set away. Big barrel and run coming in from the backs. They start to assemble their structure. Little pass comes out, a little runner goes in, and the award goes to Damir Kansi. Kansi to get the try, a sophomore from San Antonio, Argentina, with this one.
It's tough to hold the Principia Chickens out for too long. You let them spend that much time in the 22, the attacking end, the green zone, they're going to score, and that's exactly what we saw here. Loyola trying to bend, eventually finally breaks here as the Argentine 10 just splashes over. You run out of numbers eventually. That's what happened to Loyola on that one.
Just look at the across-the-board skill on this team. And that was Naringo, the number 6, taken as a first receiver and feeding his fly half on that one. Very impressive play.
Almost positionless rugby, right? That's the modern, fun style of rugby we like to see. We like props that can pass and, God forbid, kick and can run lines. And Principia, they've got guys that can do it all over the field, forwards, backs. Positionless rugby. Just play rugby, young man. Doesn't matter what position you're playing. It only really matters in scrums and lineouts, right?
Look at that little line run there by Consi.
I understand.
Principia continues to pour on the points against this Loyola team. Galinier.
Good contest!
Puts that one up. Loyola comes down with it. Good work. Inside the 40, they're down 33-7. Looking for a place to go, not finding too much space, but ball gets a good bounce. See where they decide to go from here. Peterson breaks a couple. Peterson across the 40. Peterson, one more to beat, gets taken down by the laces, puts it up into the hands of Mateo Ferreira. Ferreira inside Loyola half.
Stay last foot, stay last foot.
Good work, Loyola, to slow that one down. Nuga puts that one out. Facing the touchline, looking to flip it back in there was Maya Kiso, but steps into touch.
Rachel, keep the mark.
Line out coming for Loyola.
I love the bravery and willingness to just flick that ball out the back. They're on the touchline from the Thunder Chickens, the creativity, the freestyle willingness to play. When you're up this much, you might as well have some fun. Didn't work out that time.
A little cramp there for one of these Thunder Chicken players. But Pat, how about this run?
Absolutely lights out run from Celino Peterson. Just a shoestring tackle there from the younger brother at 15, and another hammering tackle there. Couple of big defensive plays really from Loyola. That could have been a try.
Let's just make sure in the
without
that
that
you are staying
exceptional effort
out of the tunnel.
and the
That's
long reach.
Just make sure that happens. I understand.
Of Tommaso Chiaramondia there. Peterson is tough to catch.
Look at the Principia fan base here. Some parents, some fans down here in beautiful Houston, Texas. A little warmer down here than just outside of St. Louis at this time of year.
Like the other half of the lunchrooms there in the stands.
How many?
Time is on.
The Ramblers 6 minutes into the second half. A little further with that one. It slips over the top into the hands of Principia. Principia just barreling there. Juan Fran Alessio. Ball bounces across the front, but still alive. Set up the last try, did Naringo. Was looking to go himself. Nuga pushes it out. They've got runners out wide on the wraparound. If they can get it to him, they have it in hand. There goes Maya Kiso. Maya Kiso looking at the try line.
Elliot, move in.
Ball coming back. Nuga gets it as first receiver. Nice winding run coming in there from Jacob Warwick.
Stay.
Counter attack or counter ruck. Slows things down just for a second as they go for a cross kick. It doesn't come to hand. Will be goal line dropout here for
He drop kicked it.
Loyola, but referee says ball never hit the ground. We may have a 5-meter scrum coming to the Thunder Chickens. Mistake there for Loyola.
This is not the ideal play for the Loyola Ramblers. Just a bad matchup, really. You're going to say we have to punt from our own end zone. The other team has like Tyreek Hill and Dante Hall and Percy Harvin back there.
It was not a drop kick. You punted that. I can't look up there, dude.
That's a tough call there. It looked like that ball was definitely on the ground before he punted it. It looked like a good drop kick. The referee just missed it. Says he punted it straight from hand. Still not believing it is Galinier. Complete disbelief.
Galinier still asking the question there. It looked like it did hit the ground. Either way, referee Hedquist makes a call, and it's going to be a ball to the Thunder Chickens 5 meters out from the Loyola line. Nice steady scrum there. Ball coming back. Duga pushes that one across. Across they come. They've got runners out wide. May not need them. Over the try line they go. And try awarded. Andrew Matoka gets another one. Frustration for Loyola players kicking that ball away. But good try to the Thunder Chickens.
Yeah, Chiaramondia, the All-American, sees the way that his senior season is ending. He doesn't like it. Unfortunate call there. And the Principia Thunder Chickens are going to capitalize, moving the ball very quickly out the backs to Matoka, who's been lightning all night. Just carries one Rambler across the goal line. And you can see the frustration in Karamandi's punt to the ball after the fact.
Matoka lining up to convert his own kick. Got the accuracy, has the distance, and it's good. He knew it straight away. As we take a look. At Galinier. Ready to get us underway again are the Ramblers. Up into the air, Thunder Chickens take another one. Big barreling run, it never stops, and this is a replacement coming in. That's Jacob Sablin. Deep Sablon into contact. Danuga launches that one in the air. It bounces off of one of the Loyola players. Running it is Principia. We'll come back for that knock-on. The Thunder Chickens not going on their own. Good attacking position scrum here for the Principia Thunder Chickens, Pat.
Yeah, it is. You know, I feel a little bit for the Loyola Ramblers. You come down to Houston. You're trying to play for a national championship. You find yourself down 33 points. Still got half an hour rugby to play, but just to put it into perspective, these teams have one shared opponent from earlier this year. They both played Maryville University, that plays in the Gateway Collegiate Rugby Conference down there with Principia. The Loyola Ramblers knocked them out of the playoffs, hanging 68 points on them. Earlier this year, Principia beat them 146 to 10.
Goodness.
You're good. It's the same thing. I need to make sure that we're holding pressure and that we're not stepping. Hold the mark.
Tough to score 146 points in a game, that's for sure. But when you got these Thunder Chickens running all over the yard.
These Thunder Chickens certainly can put the points down. I'm betting against 146 tonight, but they're looking pretty strong. Probably have another couple in the tank right now. Is Odanuga.
Good job by the Ramblers. Hold them to the under
once again. Yes, I'm taking the under, Pat.
Backwards.
Ball across. Consi. Taken down eventually. Has to take the ball to ground.
Last foot.
Odanuga. Everywhere as usual. Gets the ball on front of Alessio. Odanuga has it runners out. Puts it into the hands of Chiwata, but it's knocked on. Just knocked forward, so we're going to have a scrum here for Loyola.
Love to hear it. That's the Loyola squad. We heard some audible barking a couple of scrums ago, and now we're hearing all you got. I think that's coming from our man Will Fair, the pride of Kansas City. 28 minutes left, trying to find a third, fourth, fifth win.
Crouch! Bind!
Loyola certainly looking for that win. Just take a look at their bench. And they draw the scrum penalty. Player coming in again. Emmanuel Atiko has been called for that a number of times. From Sterling High School in South Africa. Yardage gained by Loyola just outside the 40-meter line of Principia College. Attacking opportunity for them.
Loyola's had some success in these lineouts. We saw him kind of fake them all and squirt through a little bit earlier.
Ball knocked back by the Thunder Chickens. Odanuga gets a hold of it, gets it away to Naringo. Now the speed comes on. They put it to the outside. Standing on the wing is Consi. Consi puts in a little pass. Tackle comes in from Loyola, trying to slow this ball down. Scrambling back on defense. Good work, gets into the hands of Mayakiso. Cross kick coming. They're really looking to pull one of these off, but Loyola able to touch that one down. We'll come back for a 22. Or is this a goal line drop? Pardon me.
Behind, Red. Behind.
Everyone has to be behind the line, boys. Don't quit.
The last goal line dropout didn't go well for the Ramblers. Yeah.
That one looked all good from here. Ball bounces right in the middle of the field. Probably not the place you want to put it. A player like Mayakiso, but Mayakiso taken in by the Loyola defense. Adenuga moves it off. A little pass back inside.
Move, Red. No.
A little pass back inside. Mayakiso.
Release.
And the Chickens continue to work different options, but a penalty for a player coming off his feet and not releasing from Loyola. And Alessio is going to head towards the line. Good, hard, clean out there. Where are they going to come? Try to bounce the ball through. A little boot there, doesn't work.
It'll be a scrum to blue.
And knocked on by Loyola in that tackle. So as the referee said, scrum here to Principia.
Just unfortunate. Trying to play some tough, hard defense, get a blitz off the goal line, make a tackle, get your shoulder in, and accidentally get away the ball and commit a knock on.
Okay.
Coach! Ball coming in for the Thunder Chickens.
Set!
Thunder Chickens driving towards the line. Alessio has been looking like he'd like to touch one down. He's rolling his way towards the line at the moment. Looking at the try line, coming in and over. Good defense from Loyola. Adenuga moves that one out. Dummy tip pass. Ball winds up in the hand of Luigi Furlan. But offsides are the Thunder Chickens. Adenuga.
On the line.
Going to slow this one down.
6, unbind early. Scrum option.
And they have called the scrum. I think they want to push over here, Pat.
Scrum down.
Well, they were close to it last time. Good job by Fran Alessio at the back of that scrum. Having some patience, playing a little soccer.
They didn't get off the ball.
One of my pet peeves is when a driving scrum pulls that ball out too early, or a driving maul.
Same thing, guys. Discipline.
Alessio, I think, was hungry for the try, but did a good job keeping it in. Let's see if the Thunder Chickens can just drive it all the way across. Few things in any sport as gratifying as a pushover try from a 5-meter scrum.
There certainly is. Second attempt. Players squeezing together. Good drive to stop this from Loyola. The Ramblers have an advantage. The Ramblers have the ball. Break coming. That's Tag Scanlon. Ball gets knocked out of his hand. Turn this around. Thunder Chickens. Advantage was gained. Look at the footwork there. Adenuga gets in. Ball gets turned around. That's Cinfio.
Stay.
Van Ness looking for someone to pass to. Not a lot of offense for this Loyola team. Trying to find some groove here as they get the ball just down to the 50 with a kick. As the Principia regathers. Nice little pass up there to Caparza. Haven't seen much of him since he got back in the game. Here, Caparza. Another recycled phase. Ball through. Good steps coming. Move it out to Tobin Blair. Tobin Blair gets launched in a touch. The ball comes to Loyola. Just a couple little words here, unnecessary.
Some real dogs here for Loyola fighting.
10.
Scrum half, or the fly half, sorry. Galinier still scrapping for that ball, trying to get it off the guy who got tackled out of bounds and get it back into play as fast as possible, starting the scrap.
The problem I have is you coming in secondary. None of that. As a captain, I expect better. Okay?
Okay, so.
No. There's no discussion. We'll have the line out. There's no reason for you to come in.
I want to talk to you.
Nope. No. There's no discussion.
Oh, you see? Nice bar.
The referee just wanted to deliver a message. He did not want to hear back from those players. A little frustration, he said, tag coming in from Loyola.
Red line out.
But we'll come back here.
Love to see the fight
for the Ramblers.
Anaconda Y1. Go.
That's interesting.
Kick pass.
Odanuga puts one to the boot. I know the FIFA World Cup is going on right now, but I wasn't expecting that as the ball goes out. And a try coming here yet again for the Thunder Chickens. It looks like it's that man, Matoka. And Matoka delivers a warning after that, but another 5 points to his name does Matoka get, the first-year player from Nairobi.
You don't see a fly hack cross kick in a score very often, but Matoka from Nairobi, Kenya is on the receiving end of that one. The ball just dropped down off the back of that line out, and the scrum half punted it as hard as he could across the pitch. It works their way out to Matoka, and he dots it down.
He'll have the opportunity to convert his own kick. He's a U20 in Kenya. Andrew Matoka takes the quick one, and it's good. Points continue to pile up here for the Thunder Chickens. Game out of reach here for Loyola.
What a heady play there. I mean, just really impressive. Odanuga sees that he can't reach down and grab it, but he can get a boot to it. Just golfs it like a 7-iron, and the Thunder Chickens run under it. And fun play, Matoka warning to Glenier, hey Buster, I scored. Lay off me.
Loyola tries to get us underway, but not happening there as it doesn't make the 10. Choice here for the Thunder Chickens. 20 minutes to go in the game. We're only 3/4 of the way done with this Division II semifinal. Winner will play Indiana University of Pennsylvania on Sunday at 3 o'clock Central.
Boys, this is firm ground here, so
4
let's keep our
o'clock
feet.
Eastern.
Called that game a little earlier. Unfortunately, RJ Beach, the outstanding scrum half for IUP, looks like he might be lost for the weekend. Whoever gets through and plays them might have a little bit of a lucky draw in that sense.
Yeah, Beach, a big factor there. You and I will be calling that game on Sunday, Pat. Looking forward to it. Ball comes back to Alessio. Alessio, Odanuga. Reel that one in and did. Another kick through. Tommaso Chiaramondia. Inside is 22. Big counter ruck coming from Principia.
He didn't keep his feet. Mark, sir.
Penalty this time against Principia. Player coming off his feet, and just a little injury here for one of the Thunder Chickens.
Kind of surprised not to see more of these subs roll, especially late in the game, knowing it's a 2-game weekend. You got to rock up and play the national championship game here in about 48 hours. Both sides still have an awful lot of their starting lineup on the pitch.
Odanuga here.
Can we have a decision?
I think he'll be okay.
I think so.
His progeny, on the other hand, up for debate.
Ready?
All right.
Ball just comes through here for players to run onto the wing out there.
Boys, let's go.
Come back in, and Odanuga just caught a little shot there as they were coming through. Not of the fun kind.
Off feet.
Sure. Okay.
Get it again. Numbers red.
Right at their 40-meter line. Loyola will have a line out here. 7 points on the board. Pat, they love some more.
Double knot.
Ball in from Loyola.
Man is red.
Holding it up, advantage turn off sides. Big hit comes in.
No.
We're going to come back for the offsides. Loyola will be wise to slow this one down and play full position, but listen to me, they will not. Little chip forward winds up into the hands of Principia.
2 feet. No hands, no hands, no hands.
Let me get a towel there.
Let's use it.
Otanuga back in good form.
It's backwards.
Loses that one, however. Referee seems to say the ball went back, so it's okay. He's going to come back for a penalty. Player not releasing it there. It's going to be Loyola ball again.
The gator roll was fine. You got your penalty. You have your penalty.
Oh, sorry, sir. My bad.
Ball goes to Martine Galinier. Galinier wisely pushing it for the corner here. Opportunity for a good line out. We haven't seen the strength of the maul of Loyola that we've seen a couple of times this game, Pat. Good opportunity for him here to put some more points on the board.
Come in here, please.
Yeah, it's the highest percentage play for them. Every time they pass the ball out on these first set pieces, these first phase plays, they struggle with the line speed of the Thunder Chickens. Keep that ball in tight, move it forward. Doesn't matter how slow, as long as you're going the right direction.
Big wrap around the back. Attempted a play here. They're in front of the post. Going to have to come in and clean that one up. Thunder Chickens player comes over, rips it away. Referee Hedquist says everything's good. Thunder Chickens are going to play. Big break coming. That's Natando Sibanda, the number 3, getting into the action. Even he can make it 30, 40 meters at a time.
Keep working.
Off they come.
2, keep working.
Looking across the field. That's
You got advantage.
for Parza. Gets a ball up to Alessio. Alessio steps a couple. Alessio, he wants that try line bad in this game. Knock-on comes in. Loyola,
no advantage, guys.
the recipient of it here on a knock-on. We'll see what they decide to do. Referee whistles it up. Scrum to the Ramblers.
9 blue.
All day, 8. All day.
Alessio's running like he's scoring a try determines whether or not he gets dinner after the game.
I figured.
Yeah, I agree.
Time is off.
He loses sight of 14 other people on the field every now and again.
Starting some of the subs roll on here. Dexter Mbwinja coming on from Harare, Zimbabwe, another first year.
They are taking out Otanuga. He's put in some mileage tonight, so pretty wise idea. Here comes that big move, Pat. Let's take a look.
Yeah, we're going to get the ball to Alessio in a second, but first, it is Natando Sibanda just fighting his way through, getting an offload off to Naringo, the hooker, or the flanker.
We'll let him walk here, boys.
And then Alessio eventually into his paws.
Sibando from Parktown Boys School in South Africa, Johannesburg. We see Naringo walking off an injury.
Coach! Bind! Set!
Interesting to see the flanker Naringo limp into the scrum. We got a 40-point lead late in the game. 15 minutes
This is
left.
your official warning.
More
I
rugby
need
to
you
play Sunday.
To scrum better, okay? Back 10.
Used to be every weekend, every year we had double rugby weekends in playoff rugby. If you were to play rugby, it meant you were going to play playoff rugby. You were going to play 2 games in one weekend. That's kind of changed quite a bit. But when you do play 2 games in one weekend, which is what the Thunder Chickens are going to do, that man management is really, really important.
The tight head for Loyola, really getting the better of Emmanuel Atiko here. Emmanuel Atiko gets a warning as Naringo does come off.
How many?
5. Time's on.
Elvis Ajuoga,
One of you
another
needs to be in.
Kenyan coming on.
One of you needs to be in.
Van Ness, a little slow to Galinier. Ball working around, a little run coming in from Demetrius Karras. Rare spot of offense here for Loyola. See if they can move through some phases. Coming around this side again.
No.
Player rolling over, but ball still alive. Referee says, let's play. Multiple rolls there, but a referee okay with it. Here come Loyola. Big number 2, Joshua Kilment. Nice step there, gets the ball in the hands of Zach Nkati. Haven't seen much of him today. Nkati working his way across the 22. He's got a great run. Does the Jesuit High School graduate, Sacramento. Kick and go coming from Loyola, but penalty against the Thunder Chickens, not rolling away. They want to go quick. That's Van Ness. Van Ness has a player not 10. Gonna get another penalty, see if the referee decides to card.
That's not 10, it's cynical. No, you're not 10.
And this is the one thing for them, Pat. They have had not a little ill discipline here around the field, has this Thunder Chickens team.
Keep there. Yes.
3 yellow cards in the game, including one the first minute in.
Away, 4. Stay up, stay back.
Reserves on the field.
Use it.
14 minutes on the game clock, looking for the line again. Are Loyola. They're right on the door. And that ball goes in, try awarded. Another 5 points for Loyola here in Aviva Stadium. Looks like it was that man, Zach Nkati.
Talked at the Open about where these Loyola Ramblers get a lot of their players, and Sacramento Jesuit, without question, one of the best high school programs in the country all time. Was a high school state champion, national champion, dotted it down there. This first one here is by Wormy, the open side flanker, Demetrius Karras, nicknamed Wormy, trying to worm his way across the goal line on that one. But it's Nkati who scoops and scores, plunges over, and gets the Ramblers their first try of the second half.
Nkati, a battalion executive officer with Navy ROTC, as they slot that kick. 14 on the board for Loyola, well deserved. That was Filippo Chiaramiandia.
Love watching these Chiaramiandia brothers play. You never have to guess what emotion they're going through at any given moment. Their arms are telling you, or their face. Good fist pump after he slotted that one. He's feeling good. Karras feeling pretty good too after sneaking that one under. Grabbing his jersey, looking like Cam Newton. Vintage Cam Newton, of course. Auburn Cam Newton.
Underway again we go. The Thunder Chickens lift that one inside the 22. Loyola on the run, little head of steam, and Gotti showing up in this game.
Look, no hands.
Haven't seen a lot of that destructive runner before, but we do now. Players again penalized for Principia. Another yellow card for Principia a couple of minutes ago. They need to be careful. They don't want too many men off the field.
Good. It's literally Coach Phil Kellerman's words to our man Tyler Dorridge down on the sideline coming out of the half is, what is the key to work on? We're going to try to keep 15 players on the field best we can. So he knows where his weaknesses are.
Nigel, subs complete, because blue 7's still on.
Elvis Ajuwoga on the field, wearing number 19.
Blue 7.
Nick.
They're subbed. Time's on.
Ball to the tail. Van Ness moves it out to Galinier. Galinier has a runner. And the big number 8, Joseph Ness. Ness from Waterloo, Illinois. Taken away by the Thunder Chickens. Replacement in there. That's Mwinja playing the scrum half spot. That one gets knocked forward, however. Back for a scrum to Loyola.
You mentioned Waterloo, Illinois, home of Papa Vito's Pizza. Practically ate my way to that stuff when I lived over there. I'm sure these Principia Thunder Chickens get some of that in their gullet every once in a while.
We're working on it.
Hope you get a free pie out of that, Pat.
Coach!
As Loyola ball the Ramblers.
That was just a bit large. Just make sure.
Setting this one down. 10 minutes to go in this contest.
Ear to ear, please.
For all money, it looks like Principia Thunder Chickens will be taking on IUP, Indiana University of Pennsylvania, on Sunday here at Aviva Stadium. The Crimson Hawks. Meanwhile, Loyola like to get another couple of tries on the board. Certainly deserve to be here in the semifinal. Bit down on the scoreboard right now, but looking for some more work. Take their own kick. Stride starting to come against this Thunder Chickens impressive team.
Out, 13, out.
Ball across, waiting pot of forward, starting to get their structure. There's the man, Zach Nkadi. Nkadi gets turned over, however. Looked like it was Chiwata.
Taken back.
Winja moves it across. Gonna come back. We'll see. I didn't see what happened with that kick, Pat. Did it hit one of the Principia players?
I'm not entirely sure, but I did just watch one player trip over another, a Loyola Rambler trip over our man Matoka there, and now he's down injured. So if ball is dead and you trip over another injured player, that'd be quite the way to exit the game, but he's up and moving now.
I might need a nose plug.
I think the weather and humidity is starting to get to a couple of these teams. Referee taking a knee as well.
Yeah, stop. We'll start with
He's got a bloody nose. He can't get it to stop. He's calling for a nose plug, so we might have a little blood stoppage for the referee.
Time's off. Yeah, just bloody nose. If you got a nose plug, that's all I need.
There's Matoka. Matoka puts it up. Oh,
just a plug.
It's quite a collision.
Straight to the face. That's all right.
Taking it like a champ is the referee.
As long as I'm
taking
clean.
the ball squarely to the face from the cannon of Matoka.
We're good. Let's play some rugby.
A little discussion going on here.
Sorry, boys. Sorry, boys. No. Just remember,
We're almost ready to get going again here, Pat.
We'll wait for them to go off and we'll have time on.
Loyola Ramblers playing with a lot of pride here late, down this much. See it one more time, Matoka looking to clear his lines and finds the face of the referee.
Can we have a ball? Oh, okay, there we go.
Our trip, Matoka.
What a
The
calamity.
stadium clock is correct.
Yeah.
Their ball.
You're not going to change the ref's mind. You can try.
It's blue. We ready, boys? Let's go. Time's on. Coach! Bind! Sit!
7.5 on the game clock. Ball in from Mwinja. Comes around to him, gets the ball away. Long pass comes in there. They're going to keep running. That's Matoka. Andrew Matoka shows outside, stays inside. Matoka, the Kenya U20 player, swerves around another. Beats nearly the entire Loyola team, and yet another long-distance try for this young man. I'd say he's got a bright future in this sport, and 5 more points for the Principia Thunder Chickens.
Absolutely, just a hot knife through butter. I did even get touched on a 60-meter run there. Matoka taking it the distance. Principia getting it out of the scrum, moving it with the reserve scrum half, not slowing the ball down at all. Makes one man miss, makes another man miss with the exact same step, and takes it all the way himself. Matoka lights out, putting his hand up for MVP of the tournament if the Thunder Chickens carry this thing home on Sunday.
He just has that running style, Pat. It looks like when he's coming at you, his ankles are going one way, his knees another, his hips another. You know, it's the ball in hand, shifting with his elbows and his shoulders. You just never know where he's coming from. He's such an elusive player.
There's probably 4 or 5 guys on this Principia team that could start at fly half for just about every other team in Division II playoffs. And to be the best one, Matoka, playing 15, that's usually your second best fly half. That's a pretty impressive feat for him. That means you're the top of the heap, the cream of the crop amongst a ton of talented and skilled players.
No.
See the pleasure on his teammate's face there. Andrew Matoka gets another one. Loyola gets us underway. Waning moments of this Division II semifinal. Knock on from one team, knock on from another team. We'll come back to a scrum here for Principia inside their own half.
What is it? Nigel again.
I would agree with this call. Should be a scrum here to Principia.
Scrum.
We bring a yellow card back on the field for Principia. And it will indeed be their scrum about 30 meters out from their own line.
This is a Bronco right now, boys. This is a 1.
15 blue.
More tries. This is a Bronco right now, you hear coming from the sideline. Both teams trying to get that last bit of energy, sap the tank, empty it. The last game of the season of consequence if you're the Loyola Ramblers. Why not leave it all out on the field?
Steady.
And right, boys. Come on. Run.
Winja moves it out. Stepping in is Ferreira. Ball coming around there to Mayakiso. Mayakiso moves it out. Replacement Tobin Blair. Tobin Blair moves the ball on to Simam. Linus Simam on the field, one of the reserves. Here comes Mike Kosa.
Taco.
Mike Kiso, excuse me. And Winja. Finds Kansi.
You got penalty advantage, blue.
Penalty advantage. Probably an offsides there. Get the ball up to Sipando. Natando Sabanda. Winja.
Offside, guys. Never
Takes that one in. And we are going to have a penalty here. Referee says you need to take this from the proper place. 4 minutes to go on the game clock. Referee heading over to have a chat with the assistant,
Rachel,
I
hold
believe.
that mark for me, please, or at least tell me where.
Loyola, they're searching for something to hang their hat on. If they can hold the Principia Thunder Chickens to 52 points, it will be their lowest offensive output this entire season. So that's something to play for if you're Loyola. Saying you played the best defense against a team like this.
Thank you.
Principia almost certainly expected to move up. Yeah, I mean, it's tough. There's so much talent across college rugby that it can be difficult to decide where to slot teams, which division you need to play in. Principia is a long-time club program that, you know, as I mentioned, less than 500 full-time undergraduate students on their campus. A couple of recruiting classes have really ramped up the talent and made them this lethal, this potent. And you got to think the step up to Division I is coming real soon. Especially in that middle part of the country, Tornado Alley, if you will, kind of up and down that Midwestern corridor. A lot of varsity programs starting up. The Big Rivers Conference, the first all-varsity conference in college rugby, coming into NCR this fall.
Thank you.
And Pat, you just have to think about, you know, teams that were Thomas More was in the semifinals for D1. Tomorrow is Brown versus Queens in the D1 final tomorrow at 6 p.m. Central here at Aviva Stadium. Notre Dame, Boise State tomorrow in a bowl game. D1A, Louisville, Virginia Tech, Southern Nazarene, and Sam Houston. You know, this Principia team could hang with some of those players with the talent they have.
No question. You mentioned Thomas More. You mentioned Queens. Thomas More won the Division II National Championship in 2019, the last one before COVID. And then, I'm sorry, Queens won the last one before COVID in 2019, and Thomas More won the first one coming out of it last year in 2021. So there's a long lineage of going from Division II National Champion to Division I competitor.
Coach!
Late in the game here, a ball coming in. Thank you for the plug there. Myself and Pat Clifton enjoying ourselves, calling rugby. Done it a lot this season. It's been in about the fall, the Friday night series for NCR. These games on the Houston grounds of Aviva Stadium. Ball goes back, rolls into touch. 2 minutes on the game clock.
No quick.
You know, just plug it again tomorrow. Tomorrow's starting at noon Central Time. Lone Star Bowl, Southern Nazarene versus Sam Houston. 2 p.m. Central, Louisville versus Virginia Tech in the D1AA final. Bowl games, Rhino Bowl, Notre Dame versus Boise State. And then capping it off the Division I final, Brown and Queens University, first trip to the championship for both of those teams, 6 o'clock Central, 7 o'clock Eastern. Make sure and tune in for that one on NCR's YouTube and Facebook page. Continue with this, and there's the man who wants his try and is still denied is Alessio. Winja.
He's got penalty advantage.
Referee Hedquist sees an offside, so we have an advantage here. Minute and a half to go. See what this Thunder Chickens team decides to do. Moving it across, nice flat pass. Good step, coming around is Lena Simam.
Your advantage is over.
From Eldoret, Kenya. Advantage is over, they're gonna continue to play. Nice step back in. So these points come. Trying to keep them under their scoring minimum. As Sipanda comes in again, and Winja, another pass. Big collision there, Atiko.
Out, red out.
Playing full games here for this Thunder Chickens team. Jake Rorick works his way across the 22. Out they come, a little attempted a cross kick. We're going to come back here.
From the kick, he's offside.
Offside.
He's a full step in front. No.
Against Loyola. Referee's going to bring it back here.
Time is correct.
No, your wing was offside.
Your wing was offside.
You want to play the last one? Let's go, let's play. Bye-bye. We're playing that last one, guys. Let's go. Let's finish strong.
This may be last play here as we're at 80 minutes on the game clock. Again, referee's time any second. Linear, good showing, puts that one out. 14 points for Loyola University. They don't find touch, they chip it into touch. And the referee is going to whistle for the end of this Division II semifinal, where 52-14, the Principia College Thunder Chickens are going to overtake Loyola University of Chicago for the right to play 3 p.m. Central on Sunday against Indiana University of Pennsylvania. Pat Clifton, final thoughts on this one?
Great season from the Loyola Ramblers. Just ran into the buzzsaw that is the Principia Thunder Chickens. Looking like a team of destiny. Can't be stopped. A great job holding them under their 54 points. Their season minimum from an offensive output. And it's the Thunder Chickens marching on to the national championship game on Sunday against IUP. Tune in and check us out.
That's it for us. We're going to be back at noon Central tomorrow with the Lone Star Bowl. Tune in all day tomorrow and Sunday for great rugby action for everybody here at National Collegiate Rugby and Next Level Rugby. Mike Baker, Ryan the man with the rugby plan, Ginty, Nigel Baby Cakes Hill, Tyler Deutsch, Pat the man Clifton. I'm John Broker. We will see you tomorrow.
And a good morning to you, rugby fans. Welcome to beautiful New Orleans, Louisiana. We have Sevens rugby action coming for you all day.
Blow up the spot, then we run it. Ready or not, here we coming.